Hey everyone! Have you ever been in a weird situation in Deep? Like when you're playing as an overlord, you can't see the enemy overlord yet, but somehow their drones are already swarming you, meaning they had you in their sights even though you couldn't see their tank yet. Well, I recently discovered a specific mechanic on the PC web version that gives some players a larger field of view. But before we start, I need to make something crystal clear. I am completely against playing with an unfair FOV advantage. This video is not a tutorial. It's purely to expose this mechanic and show you how unfair it is. Also, what I found might not be the only answer for those players with insane vision. They might have other secrets. But for today, let's investigate this specific one. All right, let's see it in action. I have 3 tanks here, A, B, and Test. Both A and B are using a 16:9 full-screen window. The difference is, A is using the method to get a bigger FOV, while B has the normal standard view. Test is in the top left corner. Right now, my tank A is on the absolute edge of being able to see Test. Now, if I switch to tank B and move to the exact same spot, Test is gone. I can't see it. I have to move further up and left just to get it in my sights. Even though B's view is maxed out, it still doesn't have the same FOV as A. So why does this matter? Well, if your opponent's FOV is bigger, they will always see you first, they get more time to react, and they can track your movements much better. And the cause for this? It's the browser zoom level, the one you change with Control plus or minus. Tank A is set to 500% zoom. Tank B is at 100%, which is what most people play on. Now, we've seen this with basic level 1 tanks, but what kind of impact does this have when you're using a class like the Overlord? Well, enough talk. Let's go farm some levels and find out. All right, that took about 6 seconds. Both tanks are now level 30 Overseers, the step before Overlord. Let's check out their new field of view on Test. First up, Tank A. Let me just get in position. Okay, right about here. Now for Tank B. And it's somewhere around here. You can already see the difference between them. Now, let's move Tank B right to the edge of A's vision. From A's screen, I can clearly see B. I can even put my cursor right on it and move my drones around it. But if we switch back to B's screen, A is completely invisible. Let's push them to level 45 and see what happens next. Okay, we now have 2 level 45 overlords. Let's compare their final FOV. First, I'll position Tank A, and now Tank B. All right, the difference is similar to Overseer, but that gap is definitely still there. So, same test as before, I'm moving B to the edge of A's vision, and you can see from the edges of my 2 windows, it's the exact same result. A can see B, but B is completely blind to A. The only difference is Overlord is a little fatter. Haha. And what about a more common scenario, like attacking from directly above or below? Yep, you still get that extra bit of vision, which gives you an advantage. All right, so that's it for today's video. The advantage here might seem small, but in Deep, even a slight edge can decide a match. Ultimately, I believe every player should have the exact same field of view for a truly fair experience. It would be great if the game could ensure that for everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.